What's up, guys? Welcome and thank you for being here with us on PS Best Friends. This is episode 35 for the week of January 16th, 2018. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week, we got some updated holiday sales numbers for the PS4, new Assassin's Creed is PS4 bound, and Rockstar dropped some serious numbers for GTA Online. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating on your podcast app of choice. That 5-star rating will give us a better chance of being seen on the top podcast lists, which will get more friends in, which will grow the community. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. Of course, we couldn't bring you the weekly goods without the Brooklyn bad boy himself, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up?
And Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up?
You got like these shades on today that make you look like fucking...
Are those Gunner optics?
Yeah, you look like you've been playing like Ghost Recon Wildlands or something.
I'm ready, dude.
Miguel's rocking some tinted glasses. I thought about buying them once. They're like super cheap at Best Buy.
That's when I got them.
Yeah, nice. But then I'm like, I would have to wear contacts when I play because they don't go over glasses, do they?
Nah, dude. They
look like they're like tight as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much just the glass, I guess. It's not even glass, it's plastic. So
I think they sell prescription versions of the Gunners, but I'm not sure. But
it helps a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. My doctor always says, I'm always like, my eyes, I heard my eye doctor, and he's like,
what have you guys been playing?
Well, he's always like, look away from the screen. He's like, what do you do? I'm like,
just don't play,
okay. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Trying to do a bullshit segue.
I was just segue. I was just talking. But no, this week I actually played a shitload and beat a lot of games. Which is like different from like the past months where it's like I was playing nothing. Beat Dead Rising 4, what I was talking about last week. Really
Question for you.
Hit me.
Is it a game that I should play?
I think so.
Is it worth renting the game or buying it?
If you like, it has multiplayer, which I dabbled into each one of the modes.
Okay.
It has the main game, the full main game, a full online, which is like it's like wave based kind of, but like you're in the mall and like you're just messing around with friends and you can pick up items and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It has a funny golf mode, which is it's your standard golfing game. Didn't seem like any feature less, and there's zombies on the court on the fields and like you can hit them. There's a mode called Capcom All-Stars where you unlock, and while you're playing, you unlock at a pretty steady rate. There's about 17 Capcom characters, and you like play with them, and they have like a full set of moves. Like Mega Man has like 3 different moves. Dante had a gun, his blades, everything. That's a really fun mode, and you can play the whole game like that. And then there's another mode where you play as Frank as a zombie, which is it's like timed. You have an hour and a half to escape from the place and cure yourself. So if you're into like replaying that, and it had a lot of side missions also, the main game, which I didn't play, and even the base game was about like 10 hours. I really enjoyed it. I recommend, I guess rent it first. I don't know if you get it for cheap, highly recommend it. $30. That's a feature full game,
Is it better than the last one?
I didn't play 3. Anthony played 3. Anthony said he liked 3, but he didn't play 4. So
I enjoyed 3. Yeah.
2 ends of the spectrum. If you ever played a Dead Rising game and you feared the what do you call it? The timer. It doesn't have the timer, so that's great.
Good.
And then besides that, I played beat Transistor.
Great game.
Really enjoyed that. Short, but that's how I like it. And then beat Overcooked with a friend, which was extremely difficult, but we got through it.
Yeah, Miguel and I actually we tried the share play feature on PS4 when we played Overcooked that way because there's no online multiplayer. And Miguel said it was kind of laggy on his end, but I thought it was
started fine at first, and then it just turned. It was really bad at the end.
Yeah, so
something with the connection.
Definitely a fun game though.
I could see why they wouldn't put online in that, just because
you want to be yelling at your friend next to you to like go do something.
Kind of the same logic Nintendo is used for not having online in Mario Party, where it's like, well, no, that's you're not supposed to play it online, but at least give an option. I don't know. I need to shout out last thing I just played literally seconds ago. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, the beta. It was tough to get into, but
Oh, you actually got into it, huh?
I got in. I was playing some of the practice
So I'm
matches.
stuck.
And my take for someone who is, as far as fighting games goes, loves Smash Brothers, but not really the 2D competitive stuff.
It's not. You can't compare these two games.
No, I'm saying like that's
Do
where I
you
am.
do you consider Smash as a fighting game? We don't get into this. Just say yes or no.
I heard that on Gamescast, and of course, I mean, it's a
What
fight.
other? What do you? I mean,
Is
it's
it a
fighter.
competitive? It's even a competitive fighting game. I don't know.
People say it's a party game, not a fighting game. Like I said, I don't really even care either way. I just never even really thought about the genre of Smash. I always just thought Smash was Smash.
It's a fighter.
Weird argument,
Yeah.
but
It's
you know,
a weird, yeah.
as someone who's not really into the whole Marvel vs. Capcom, and I play him, but like playing him for a long time, this game is like making me want to get into it and learn everyone's combos. And actually,
Is it kind of like Blaze Blue or Blaz Blue or whatever the fuck it is?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I've never played them, but it's made by the same Arc System Works.
It is made by the same people. Okay.
99, yeah, it is, right? Yeah, pretty sure. And it looks insane, and it is as fun to.
It looks like the anime. I mean,
yeah, it looks. Yeah, I have the beta downloading now. I'm gonna try it.
It's surreal.
I'll try it probably during halftime of the Steelers game.
if you able to get on.
Yeah, really. So I've been playing a couple games this week. I beat 2 games. I beat SteamWorld Dig 2, which the boss fight had like a really weird difficulty curve, where it wasn't like hard, but it was like it was notably harder than the rest of the game. So like it just kind of caught me out of left field. So I was like, fuck, I gotta like actually pay attention to this and buckle down. But I really enjoyed that game. When I got to the final like completion screen and it tells you your percentages and everything, I missed a lot of shit, and I felt like I found a lot of shit. So I kind of want to replay it. Not now because I want to move on to other stuff, but I definitely want to go back and give that game another playthrough. If there's that much stuff that I missed.
Did you feel like underleveled for the boss that like that it would have helped?
No.
That shit?
It's SteamWorld Dig 2 is cool. I don't know if this was in SteamWorld Dig 1, but in 2 it's cool how you have these cogs, which are essentially like upgrade points.
Yeah. But
you can remove them and reallocate them however you want. So for a lot of the game, I had my characters spec'd to kind of be able to dig better and like have more efficiency with digging and carry more resources to hand in and sell. And then when I got to the boss, I was like, oh shit, how am I going to do this? I went back to town, reallocated everything, and then made it so that I was more suited for combat than I was for digging. So the game's really kind of cool and interesting in that way that you really do have freedom to kind of build your character however you want. But great game. It ties into SteamWorld Heist in a pretty on the nose but kind of neat way.
Wait, so Heist coming after?
Heist is after. Yeah, I mean, if you've seen the trailer for SteamWorld Heist, you know that. I mean, it's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer for SteamWorld Heist. Earth explodes, and it ties in that way. So, and then I finally beat Persona 4 Golden. I beat the true ending, not the golden ending, because I couldn't deal with Maurice Dungeon or Margaret. But I beat the true ending, the final boss. So I think I had 73 hours clocked when I first tried to fight the final boss. And then I figured out the strategy to beat the first stage of the final boss. And I was like, all right, I got this down pat. And then I kept getting one-shotted by the second version of the final boss. It does kind of like a Kingdom Hearts thing where you fight Ansem 7 times. So I was like, fuck this. I was like, let me just do this one last time. I literally grinded for 10 hours in 2 days. And then I went and I just steamrolled it, and then I beat the game. So that was very satisfying. I'm just really excited to start a New Game Plus on that. Probably going to do it soon. But I'm playing Valhalla right now on Vita, so I'm going to move on to that. That game is really interesting. I was playing it last night, and it's interesting how it's almost like a puzzle game disguised as a visual novel, because you're a bartender, so you have to make the drinks, and you have to kind of like people will give you clues on like, I want this type of drink, or I'm in this type of mood, and you have to extrapolate like what drink they would like based on that. And so it's kind of cool. It's nothing crazy, but I'm enjoying it. It's a very chill game.
Do you play video games with headphones?
It depends. If I'm home, no. If I'm at work, yes. Like if I'm on break or if I'm out, I'll play with headphones. It depends. So, like Valhalla, there's no dialogue. Like it's all text, but there's music in the background. So that I'll just listen through the speakers on the Vita. But for a game like Persona, yeah, even Persona 4, sometimes I'll wear headphones at home. But mostly it depends on where I am.
Would you ever, though, not listen to the game's music? So like if you're at work or something and you don't want to put headphones on, that you play it on
Depends
mute?
on the game. Like if I'm just like grinding in Persona, I'll just put it on mute. But yeah, it depends on the game. And then there was something else I was playing. I can't remember what.
Fortnite.
Yeah, Miguel and I have been playing Fortnite again. I'm like falling in love with that game, the Battle Royale mode. Pyre. I bought Pyre on sale on PSN.
Right.
I'm not super far in it. I think I've done 2 of the rights, maybe 3. But the game is very, very fun. I mistook it for a MOBA, which it's not at all a MOBA. It's almost kind of like a sports game, like NBA Jams. So I'm kind of upset with myself that I misread what the game was, because I kind of wish I got into it back, last year when everyone was talking about it. But it's a really fun game. It's a Super Giant, so that's the second Super Giant game we've talked about today. But very, very fun game. I'm excited to play more of it.
They are so good at art and music. It is ridiculous.
Dude, the art, so there's the actual gameplay, like when you're doing the battles, the rights they're called, and the graphics for that are like the visuals are beautiful. But then in between, it's kind of almost these visual novel type like interim story parts that like it's totally a game made for me. And the graphics are beautiful. The music's always great in a Super Giant game. So yeah.
You know what's cool about that? In Transistor, I don't know if Pyre has this, but in the pause menu, it says about, and at any time you could just look at the devs, and it's like a single screen of like 15 people. I'm like, wow, that's cool.
I think that might still be there too. I think it's like in the top right corner or something, maybe. I could be wrong though. Miguel, we've been playing.
I've been playing a couple cards, Battlefield 1, because of the new DLC. They're like slowly just like putting stuff in the game until the 2 new maps come out, and hopefully next month.
So these are the turning tides, right? It's like the water maps.
Yeah, they released 2 maps already, and they're gonna release 2 more.
But now they have another expansion after Turning Tides too, right?
Yeah. I remember what it's called, but
that game. See, that's how you support a game, like a first person competitive.
And they
shooter.
have changed so many stuff, the mechanics and stuff, and perks, and
like if Call of Duty ever decided to do that and have a 2 or 3 year Call of Duty cycle instead, imagine how much better it could be instead of the shit that we just get regurgitated every year.
I mean, they're doing it. Just look at how much stuff has Black Ops 3 and all these other games got after. But it's not the same, but it's just
I know, but they do it differently. It's always here. Buy the season pass up front, floor map packs. Oh, spend money on keys so you can buy the DLC guns. Battlefield, it has a different feel to it,
Plus, it's better.
I guess.
So.
But I got to commend them also. That's a good point. They have turned them kind of more into a games of service, where like they're supporting the older games still.
Battlefield 4 still gets support.
No, I'm talking about Call of Duty.
Talking about COD.
Yeah, I guess.
More. I mean,
not
more
really.
so,
Black Ops 3.
It's not really, dude. It's just adding a couple stuff, dude. It's not. They're not changing much.
Yeah, no, but they're still like, oh, here's a weekly mode, a weekend game mode, for like Black Ops 3.
Call of Duty has always had that. You just never noticed it. The last generation, they still did that. Because I played Black Ops well into Modern Warfare 3's life.
Yeah, in Modern Warfare, those games, they added once in a while, like an extra mode or something, and then took it away or whatever. They do it sometimes. I started playing. I restarted, I guess. Dying Light.
Yeah, I saw you've been playing that.
I started playing that, and the first hour, my head was pounding, dude. That's why I stopped playing it the first time when I got it the first time. Right? Yeah, and I get the same thing as when I'm playing the VR when the character is actually moving. So I'm playing that.
There might be a setting where you can turn off the motion blur or something.
Well, I want to get used to it because it's the same thing that happens to me with the VR, and I'm getting used to it. So because I want to actually play a couple games on the VR, but when I put it on, dude, it's just bad sometimes. So I'm like, let me get used to this game. Hopefully. Some Fortnite. The game's great, dude.
Buddy. It is. The
game's just great. Jeffrey's actually. Yeah. Well, we played with Jeffrey and
tried playing with us and then died in the first 2 minutes, and then Miguel and I won the match.
Yeah. That was funny.
I think I was like top 50, but I died like probably 50th, and
there's 30 people dead by the time we ever land.
I was coaching them through it, and they
dude.
And we all got
Miguel and I jumped down from a tree and ambushed a guy to win the match.
That was a crazy game. That was an interesting game.
Yeah, we built up on top of a tree, and then
they
I by mistake fell on top of the tree, which I had no clue you could do that. And then Anthony just followed me, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then we just jumped down because the circle was moving.
Well,
and
you fell off the tree, and a guy started shooting at you. So I intentionally jumped down and ambushed him while he was shooting at you, and then I distracted his buddy, and he killed his buddy because I killed the other guy.
I was saying before when I jumped. I jumped down. I fell, and then you just followed me. For
I wasn't able
to
build it. Like it wouldn't let me build it.
Yeah, I know you had to go around because of the tree.
So I was like, whatever, fuck it.
But hey, we won it. Yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful plays, man.
Great.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I want to play a couple more games. It just, I don't know. I'm not in the mood, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump back into Skyrim right now. I haven't played that in like a month since I got it on Switch, but I think we go back to that.
Yeah. Oh, I've been playing FIFA 18 a lot, career mode
on the Switch.
But it's not time for Skyrim because it is time for the Islander report.
There'll be some news.
There are 7 items on the list.
8 items in the list. Hey, captains count.
Quick maths. First up, coming right off the heels of Awesome Games Done Quick 2018 this year. This for the past week. Did you guys catch it at all or no? Any bits of it?
I didn't even realize it was on.
Nah, I had no clue.
Broke the record once again. $2.2 million to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Shouts out. I missed it. I kept trying to jump in, see some cool speed runs this week, but I missed most of them. I did tune in last night for the final game they did, which was a Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Mode, all main quest in 4 hours. I just watched about like 30 minutes of that. Really cool how they do that.
That's
right. Yeah, no, watch it.
Crazy that people do shit like that.
It's so cool. No, yeah, I love the Awesome Games. I'm pretty sure I talked about it this summer also when they did it.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, that happened. $2 million, insane. Congrats. Hopefully,
yeah, go check them out. I always forget about GDQ, but go check them out.
Next up, Sony has announced more than 5.9 million PS4 consoles were sold through to consumers worldwide during the holiday 2017 season. The company also announced that as of December 31st, 2017, total global sales of PlayStation 4 eclipsed 73.6 million.
Not bad,
huh? I was hearing also from Aaron Greenberg that Xbox sold more in December. You guys heard?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, I heard that, but there's still no numbers out.
Did they sell more to like retailers, or
they didn't clarify, dude? He just said that they sold more. So
if it's like,
could go either way.
More to Target, who gives a shit? You know,
either. Yeah, I mean that's
sure news will come out soon.
Surprising. I would like, because if you remember, Xbox One hasn't really released their lifetime sales in a while, just because they're so.
They won't.
I think they're like half the PlayStation, but maybe
it's like Sony didn't when they were losing either. So
exactly. So I would like to hear that at the end of the generation what the final breakdown is, if it is as disparate as we think. Next up, following the success of its VR headset, Sony says it expects 130 games to be released for PSVR by the end of 2018.
And it's not bad. Like if 10 of those 130 are good, I think that's a win.
Yeah, I don't think a quantity of games is ever a good thing to say, like, oh, releasing 1,000 games on PSN. It's like, no, get Life of Black Tiger.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like I only need about 10 to 15 like good VR games for me to call it a successful year. You know?
And we're already seeing it. We got Impatient soon, Moss soon.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good games.
Yeah. Supermassive has. Oh, I said Supermassive instead of Supergiant this time, correctly. They have 3 games, right? Because they have Bravo Team, Impatient, and
I don't know what's the third one.
They have a third one. I don't remember what it was.
Either way.
Oh no, they already did Hidden Agenda. That was the third one.
True. Yeah. But Impatient's coming out the 28th, so soon. Next up.
Too scary for you?
It's on my queue. I'm going to rent it. I'm going to try it out. I don't think it's because it seems like it's going more psychological horror, and not so much as like things jumping at you.
You should do a let's play of that.
Yeah.
That would be great. I want to see you shit your pants.
Yeah. It's because I feel like if it follows the Until Dawn thing, that there's no end state. Because that's my always big fear with horror games, that like, I'm just going to die and I have to restart it. And it's like, I don't want to lose all progress. But if it's like, oh, this shit happens because you fucked up here and the game's just going to keep on going, I actually prefer that, like an Until Dawn proper. Next up, in a statement to Nikkei, initially translated by Silicon Air, Sony says PSVR's 2 million sales have helped bolster confidence in the product. There are currently 150 titles available for the platform, and if all 130 games arrive, that would be an 86% increase. Sony attributes the headset's success to dropping the price of the peripheral.
This is very, very good news. Very good news. Hopefully hopefully the support in 2018 is real, and that they aren't hopefully this actually.
I mean, it's real just because the games are actually gonna end up coming out.
But
it's gonna depend on how much they're selling.
Get shit out on a dock and no one knows about them. Like I hope that they actually are like, hey, check out this VR game. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, we know they're gonna do it for a couple of the games already, because they're actually making them.
Yeah.
I mean, are they? You know, I just said Impatient's coming out soon. Have we heard anything about press hasn't gotten any news or anything like that?
What are you gonna hear? Like on the other games that came out last year, which one was the one that they were actually pushing, other than Farpoint?
Yeah, pretty
much. That's the only reason was because of the ink controller.
And even that didn't get that
I feel like they should be pushing.
And Batman, they were pushing Batman. Well, they weren't pushing Batman. It was
Is it the launch title?
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, we'll see. Well, like I said, hopefully this is good news.
And then last up, just because on my head, did you guys catch any Overwatch League or no?
No,
that was on ESPN. And Twitch as well. It got a lot of views. Looked interesting. But yeah, that's happening if you're into competitive esports. You know, maybe it's.
I think I think Twitch has exclusive rights to it for streaming. So if you do want to watch it, you have to.
That watch it on Twitch. competitive streaming or whatever. That's gonna ruin some of the games, dude. It already ruined COD. It's gonna ruin Overwatch too if they keep doing it.
I don't think so.
You'll see. You'll see.
In the quick news, we got Dark Souls Remastered was announced and will be coming to all platforms on May 28th, as well as a Dark Souls Trilogy box set coming to Japan. That looks pretty cool.
That's exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, exclusive to the Japan region as well.
It's $500. So
yeah, I think it was like $460 plus tax.
Yeah,
Miguel and I we were talking on PlayStation. And
I checked the currency and it was like $464 or something.
It comes with some nice statues and stuff now.
It's just one statue, the games, the soundtrack. If
you're a diehard Dark Souls fan, then it's worth it. But for none of us,
$500 though. For
any of us,
Even if you're a hardcore Souls guy,
fans will, like that.
Dude, $500. That's
there's
too
some
much
crazy
for what you're getting.
Obsessed Dark Souls fans, and good on them if they want to buy that. You know what I mean? You do you.
I guess.
Next up in remaster news, we have Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered is coming on March 20th and will feature improved visuals and all the game's DLC.
So this game was this was a last gen exclusive.
It
only came out on PS3 and 360 when Black Flag had come out.
When
Unity
Unity
came out. Yep, when Unity.
That was the game that.
Yeah, in 2014, a year after PS3 came out.
And to a lot of people, that was a better game. Just because it wasn't broken.
It functioned, yeah. I heard it was okay. I'm not interested in this.
If you like Black Flag, probably it's more of that.
Yeah, it takes place in I think you play as a Templar, which is interesting, and you're taking revenge on. You're a former assassin, turned Templar, and you're taking revenge on your old crew. That's an interesting plot. Yeah. See people like that. Next up, according to Rockstar, December 2017, saw more players in GT Online than ever before. Although an official player count was not released, back in November, it was announced that GTA 5 had sold 85 million copies, and it is currently one of the best-selling games of all time, ranking at number 1 in the U.S. according to the NPD Group.
Insane.
Yeah. It's crazy. First of all, when I read that, I'm like, wasn't the what's the name again for the Wii? The game that sold a lot. Yeah, that one wasn't it number 1, but I'm like, and then I read it again. I was like, in the USA only.
And it's also probably excludes bundled in games because
it didn't exclude it on the for that game.
I didn't think it included pack-in games, but
it can't because Wii Sports.
That's the only way it sold, dude. So it did include it.
I guess that's a fair point. So this next bullet point is kind of funny. It just says Bungie garbage news.
Yeah, I wonder who writes the doc.
Jeffrey, take it.
Yeah, I'll take
here.
over. We'll do this fast.
I can take a break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes because it's not that much.
But I thought he was gonna leave. Oh, he's just drinking something. Yes, no. So Bungie,
like fucking Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Bungie is released their huge development update, pretty much saying things that they'd say way earlier than they normally would, and kind of just like trying to right the ship that
they're saying, please come back,
or please don't leave.
They're saying like literally we're not just listening, we are doing. It writes in the thing. The first picture, I'll just go over the graphics. The first picture is showing that they're trying to separate the expansions and seasons. So expansions will just be things you buy, and like we're defining what content you get if you buy and what content you get if you just got the base game and what you'll be getting support for. Then they focused on lowering down the microtransaction economy, Eververse, where
goddamn it, Tess.
Yeah, not having a big focus on that. I wonder, by the way, I was thinking, just probably because the internet, are people like tweeting at Claudia Black and giving her shit? Because I feel bad for that. That's not nice. The voice of
that's so stupid. That's like it's like yelling at an actor that
that happens all the time. So
I know exactly. I bet it happens, and I'm just feeling bad because like internet.
No, it's like the people that yelled at the kid that played Joffrey in Game of Thrones, and he's like, dude, I'm not really Joffrey Baratheon, right? It's like the same thing. It's so stupid. So only at least that I don't know. That's just dumb.
They're taking things out of movie boxes and making them available in other ways. They're fixing XP things, bringing some more features. They're upgrading the mods, adding strike scoring, competitive multiplayers coming with actual ranking, private matches coming. What else big that's coming?
66
multiplayers coming.
Which means I'm coming back.
Better item collection and all that. A lot of good stuff is coming. Everything we want is coming. But the big issue here is that it's not coming soon. If you could look at what's coming when, they pretty much broke it into
maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah, no. By the end of the year, by fall, this game's going to be
maybe.
By the end of the year, you'll spend another $40 on another expansion.
Yeah. No, they broke it up into January 30th. They're having an update. February, we're having an update. Spring, we're having an update. And
just go play Destiny 1, bro. It's better.
I was actually thinking about downloading and just jumping back for some nostalgia.
Maybe I'll hop on and I'll start a new character.
100 gig. Yeah,
you got the platinum on that one?
No, there's one that no one pretty much. If you have this trophy, you have the platinum. It's do an entire raid with a clan. I think just do an entire raid and no one dies.
Consisting of all clan members.
No, that's one, but then another one is don't die. No one could die in an entire raid.
So can't you just do like
the easiest one,
the easiest difficulty?
Yeah, you could, but I haven't tried it. And
you should try that.
Never got around to it.
Finding like 5 other people who won't miss a jump, like too much pressure, because I'll probably be the one that's gonna die, and way too much pressure there. But my hot take on this patch, on this development update is yes, but guys, it
wasn't broken. Don't fix it.
They got to follow through on.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Follow through. I believe that there are enough good developers there that they will get this by fall, but it's like you can't do me earlier right now. Like that is like a significant issue that.
No, dude, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. They were like, no, we're gonna stick to our guns. This is what we decided. People started leaving, and like, oh, people are actually leaving. They're not coming back. Oh, we gotta change something.
They were calling the players bluffs, and then the players.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we actually gotta change it, and that's what they're doing. So, like I said, maybe you'll see all the changes by the end of the year because they're just starting to do that. They're gonna start doing it.
Yeah.
So don't expect all the stuff to come out this year.
It's just
if it does, it's great. If it doesn't, it's like, what do you expect?
It's just crazy to think that like we have to wait till fall for some of these things. But I mean, a positive side is that in fall there's something to look forward to. We'll see what happens with that. We'll keep you updated here on PS Best Friends, that's for sure. But now let's move on to some best friend questions read by our own Anthony.
So we got a couple questions today. First one comes from Chris Dines. He says, have you ever found yourself going down the fan theory conspiracy rabbit hole? Do you have any favorite ones you've heard? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Do you guys have anything?
No, but I did see a Facebook post a month ago on some 9/11 conspiracies, and then those are pretty stupid. Then I saw 2001: Space Odyssey and wanted to look into what's behind the fake moon landing conspiracies. Like, oh, maybe they have some weight. They don't have that much weight. They're really all just based on Stanley Kubrick and The Shining, which is just the most ridiculous thing. It's like this is what it's based like. Oh, I thought it was like, oh, because you could clearly see that there's a boom mic in this shot of the moon landing, So that was pretty disappointing. I thought this
I don't think I have any PlayStation ones, but I mean, there's the Zelda creepypasta thing with Majora's Mask about the kid that got what was the? Do you remember what it was?
I know it, but I know. I don't think I've ever read it, but I know there is one. I know Majora's. I mean, Majora's Mask itself has some creepy stuff in it.
Yeah, but there was a creepypasta about it. It was obviously fake, but it was really cool how like this kid bought a used Majora's Mask copy or something, and then the game was like aware that he was playing it, and then it's really cool. Go Google it. It's really cool. I can't think of anything off the top of my head though. Other than that, Miguel.
The only thing that I could think of maybe is for Modern Warfare 2 that it's not backwards compatible on the Xbox. So that theory is that they're gonna remaster it too, which is probably the case.
Oh, duh! How did I forget?
That'd be good.
Moby Dick Studios.
That was great.
When they're like, oh, it's a new studio, Moby Dick Studios.
That was for Phantom Pain,
and I was like, that's Metal Gear. Like, what do you mean?
That original game,
that whole thing, it's like Kojima knew that we knew, but he just kept playing along with it anyways, and it was awesome. I love when Kojima does shit like that. And I mean, look at all the conspiracies that are going around for Death Stranding now, where it's like, oh, well, if you play this trailer at the same time as this trailer and play them side by side, then they do.
That's just way too much, dude.
Yeah, but I love Kojima for that. That's why I love him so much. I mean, I love the games themselves, but he's just such a character, and I love
the games are okay, dude. They're overrated.
Oh, eat a dick, Mr. fucking Call of Duty. Jake Jericho says, how do you feel about games? What?
The Phantom Pain thing was an interesting comparison to Metal Gear Solid 2, just in the sense of like, oh, you could really see how fast things move with the internet. Whereas, like with Metal Gear Solid 2,
that's a good point, because people didn't know that Raiden was actually the main character in 2.
And like, you get to go on some forums and stuff, but like not everyone.
And even like the true ending to Phantom Pain was spoiled in like the first 10 seconds. People just didn't realize it.
Yeah. But
so Jake Jericho says, how do you feel about games without platinum trophies? Personally, I rarely buy a game if it doesn't have one, regardless of whether I think I could ever obtain it. Have trophies ruined my or your gaming habits? I think don't not buy a game because it doesn't have a platinum, but if it's a game, I don't know, like it's tough. I don't know.
So yeah, my take on this is that I don't really the platinum's not the biggest issue because I often don't get the platinum. Very like only literally a dozen games I have a platinum for. But I do, since I got a PS3 in 2009, I do consider trophies a feature, which I think is to a detriment in the sense where I would
hold on. Did you buy a PS3 before or after they made it mandatory for all games to have them?
After.
Okay, so it's different for you. For me, I bought a PS3 like generally speaking early on, and so it was a little different for me, and I feel like that's why I didn't get into trophies as early.
I have played a bunch of games that don't have trophies, like the early gen. No, yeah, to the detriment, where in the sense that like I would weigh PS4 game versus a Switch version of the game, like the PS4 one has trophies. And like,
that's actually a good that's a good comparison too, because a couple games lately I was like, do I care more about the trophies but I have to play it at home? Do I care more about just playing the game, and that way I can play it anywhere? And there's a couple games like SteamWorld Dig. I cared more about being able to play it anywhere than I did about the trophies, so I bought it on Switch. So that's actually a good point. Miguel, how do you feel?
I don't care, honestly. It's rare when I go for a platinum,
and there's no battle royale.
Exactly, dude. It's like if there's a game that I actually care and the game's fun and I'm close with a platinum, I'm gonna go get it. Like Horizon, like I was close. I needed a couple. I'm like, I'll do it, but I'm not looking for a platinum trophy.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm dreading the fact that I have Hardcore Rosette Fan in Persona 4 Golden, which is like the quote unquote hardest one to get.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got it totally by accident in my first playthrough, and I've seen online people play like 5 total playthroughs and still don't get it.
Another.
And so it's like, fuck. Like now, do I go for this platinum? It's like I have this trophy that everyone else has to grind to get. So like, do I go for it? Am I gonna fucking hate myself? Am I gonna make myself hate the game for going for it, or do I just go for it?
That's his thing. But Miguel, would you ever put trophies like in would you ever like weigh trophies if you were to get a multi-platform single player game, let's say, so it's not about which friends you're playing as, between like Xbox or PS4, or like a PS4's trophies, or it doesn't even matter at all?
If it's between those two, and I'm gonna buy it on the PS4 just because I've been playing on the PlayStation, for long, and I'm just more comfortable with the DualShock than the crappy Xbox One controller, which is not crappy. I'm just saying, but it's actually a good controller, but I can't aim on it for whatever reason. So.
Yeah, I was having trouble playing Halo. I played Halo 5 a little bit yesterday, and it took me like a match and a half to like get used to it again. It was throwing me off a little bit. Not as bad
the stick is different, right? It feels different.
Yeah, it does have
it's like more sensitive, or I don't know. I don't know.
But weird. So Nathaniel Hicks actually has a great question. He says, and this is the last one. Rank the PlayStation mascots. Who is the definitive mascot for the platform?
Crash.
Will the mantle ever be taken with a new game that comes out? I think that question is a good question too. I think it's
Spyro, Crash, Spyro, Sackboy, Crash.
I mean,
you got to go PS1. You got to go Crash or Spyro. You can take a pick. Unless you want to say fucking Sir Daniel or whatever the fuck his name is from Medieval.
No. He's like probably the lowest one. It's got to be
Spyro or Crash. PS2.
Sly, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and
Daxter.
Jack and Daxter. So you're still sticking with Insomniac and Naughty Dog, and then it's got to be Nathan Drake and Sackboy, right? PS3.
For PS3,
I think Sackboy is like the main one, dude. Because
Sackboy and Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
PS3 is always the weirdest because we were saying
cool,
but
but are those like mascots for PlayStation hardcore? Us, but for.
Like you wear a costume for it, yeah. I guess Sackboy then I guess would be that if you're going back.
Yeah, like if you see it on a billboard, what would regular people recognize? I don't think Nathan Hale motherfuckers aren't recognizing from Resistance.
I mean, I still think Nathan Drake has enough.
Drake, Drake I think has been their mascot for the past decade since he came out.
But in PS4, you can say Aloy now. I could safely say that.
It's a little too early. I mean.
No, I don't think so. I think going forward, it will be Aloy, is what I'm saying.
God of War. You got God of War too.
Yeah, of course, Kratos.
You
could throw him in there with PS2 as well, I think.
Yeah,
and then
2 and 3.
Still there in PS3. What about Vita and PSP? Anything for those?
Yeah,
no. Dude,
any anime girl is the Vita mascot.
Yep.
Any anime girl.
Will the mantle ever be taken with a new game that comes out? So like I said, I think Aloy will be the one going forward.
I mean, which one's the
true.
The one that you think when you think PlayStation? The one that you think? Just give me one. The one that comes up in the
first one that comes to mind is Drake.
Yeah, Drake.
Drake, really?
That's the first one that comes to
mind. Mine is Crash.
Drake and then Crash.
And that's my first one is just Crash, really quick.
Crash, I think it's just been so long, really, since he was.
That's what I'm saying.
I just remember all the stuff from before.
Why it comes to mind first.
But I mean, it's coming on almost 20 years since his prime, or probably now.
Look at the game, how much it sells, dude. People still care for the fucking thing.
Which means give us fucking CTR. God damn it.
Exactly.
Or Spyro. I would actually rather the Spyro trilogy than one game in CTR. But
I'd rather get CTR. You have no clue, bro.
I don't know. I still don't
get online on that.
Remastered. I just don't know who is asking for it.
I mean, it also brings up the question: do we need mascots? How necessary? How important are mascots?
I think it's a different day and age now. I think in the 90s we probably needed them, but now
when you say mascots, I'm thinking of like Crash or like cartoony animals or
creatures. Yeah, like you would wear.
I'm not thinking of like Drake or Aloy or Kratos
costume.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of like actual humans in the games.
I'm saying brand mascots like
a brand ambassador. Like you have one character that's an ambassador for the entire PlayStation brand.
Like you got Mario, Master Chief, and
right now we probably Drake.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, having that one like iconic character, I think, could be bad in the sense that like they try too hard to put.
Well, that's the problem with Xbox right now is that it's just
exactly
Halo.
Yep, it's just Halo, and
has such a wide breadth of characters. So, I mean, we'll see if Microsoft does anything about that this year. They will, but we'll see. You never know.
I doubt it.
Shout out to some other things happening in the PSBF community. Jake Jericho made a great top 10 games of all time post. Very cool seeing a lot of diversity in that list. You know,
a lot of diversity, a lot of games that I wasn't expecting anyone to say. So
Jake Jericho's top game is Dark Chronicle on PS2. You have any other interesting ones? Landon Tyler Cook coming in with Sly 3 at his number 3 spot, or maybe just in his top 10. And Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, interesting. Jivesh has both Mass Effect 2 and 3 in there. Cool.
Yeah, buddy. I had Mass Effect 2 in mine.
Yeah, jump in if you're listening. Jump into facebook.com/group/PSBestFriends and let us know your top 10 games of all time. Doesn't need to be in order. I kind of just threw 10 of my favorite games of all time on a list.
I threw 10 together. I numbered them so I would remember how many I wrote, and then I said like my top 2 are in order, and then everything else is in no order.
I like when people put multiple games from a series. Like Chris Dines has Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil Remake. No, like
that's interesting. For me, it's like if I put Mass Effect 2, it's like, yeah, I'm putting the whole Mass Effect trilogy, but this was my favorite of the trilogy, you know? Or same with like I put Snake Eater. I think I put Subsistence technically.
I didn't recognize this. Nathaniel Hicks with an honorable mention to Army of Two, the 40th Day. Shouts out.
That was actually a good game, dude.
I thought that game was
I played it on co-op, and it was great.
The first one was bad?
I played the first 2 chapters.
The last one was bad.
The
first one was actually good.
Awesome.
The 4th Day was the second one. Yeah, there's only 2. But yeah, that's that.
I don't know, whatever.
And I guess is it for questions?
I didn't put mine because it's just it's gonna be pretty much Call of Duty and Battlefield. So it's like, I'm good.
And Jake Jericho's favorite station is a fire station. Let's move on to the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends for the week of January 16th, 2018. First up, Albert and Otto, PS4 Digital. The adventure begins. Beholder Complete Edition, PS4 Digital. Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory, PS4 Digital Retail, out $119. Inner Space, PS4 Digital. Kerbal Space Program, Enhanced Edition, PS4 Digital. In Kerbal Space Program, take charge of the space program for the alien race known as the Kerbals. You have access to an array of parts to assemble fully functional spacecraft that flies or doesn't based on realistic aerodynamic and orbital physics. This is the first game from that 2K or Take-Two or 2K.
Well, no, so this game has already been out. This is like a re-release.
This is like a remaster or not a complete edition, whatever you want to call it.
But this game is pretty cool, though.
But we talked about that indie studio a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
They're part of it, so it's
they're publishing this game as an enhanced edition.
They're gonna make money of it somehow. So.
Yeah.
Kingdom New Lands, PS4 Digital. Portal of Evil, Stolen Runes, PS4 Digital. Rento Fortune, PS4 Digital, at one.
In quotes, Monopoly.
It is a Monopoly ripoff because Rento.
But it has the Wheel of Fortune wheel in the background too.
It does. That's fine. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a mix.
It's a combination.
Or Monopoly of Fortune.
I mean, the description is literally Rento Fortune is an online dice board game. To win in Rento, you have to bankrupt the other players. How many games with that description? Star Drone PSVR Digital out 117. Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. So we're looking into PS4, and I actually calls it a digital update retail.
So is this? So did we figure out if you have to pay the Arcade Edition? Or if
it's a free upgrade.
This is just a rebranding.
Except the characters, obviously. If you don't have the characters and you have them unlocked, you can still unlock them.
Yeah, the physical box is going to be new, but if you have a digital version, you update it. I assume the thumbnail on your PlayStation 4 will just say.
Probably change.
It's like when Taken King came out for Destiny, and then they changed the icon for it.
Box, word. Except that wasn't a free update. Vesta PS4 Digital out 119. And that's about it. Is there any cool albums this week? No. They always have that on the bottom of the drop. The PlayStation.
I know.
I like that. I actually like.
Geostorm is out this week on PlayStation Video. Don't buy that.
What is Geostorm?
Movie.
It's that Gerard Butler movie. It's about another Day After Tomorrow disaster movie.
Generic, yeah.
Yeah, I just can't.
Fuck. All right. So I guess top game of the week is really Street Fighter. Besides that,
yeah, and that's kind of a re-release. I'd say Kerbal Space Station or Kerbal, whatever the fuck it was called, Kerbal Space Program. That's it. All right. So we don't have a topic of the episode this week. I thought we did. Did we not talk? We're not going to talk about the dice stuff.
What dice stuff? Oh, the awards. I don't know. We get to talk about every award show.
Yeah, that's fair.
We do that with the Game Awards. I don't know. We talked pretty long about the mascots or something.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
The topic of the week was this.
All right, game time for the week. So if you are new to the program, this is the segment where I look up 5 PlayStation games, get their Metacritic aggregate scores, and then Miguel and Jeffrey go turn by turn to guess the scores. Whoever gets the most right or closest to the most right by the end of the episode wins the week. And at the end of the year, the other one makes the other one feel real bad about themselves like Miguel did last year. Miguel did to Jeffrey, just to clarify.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. He was crying in the corner or something. I heard. I don't know.
I forgot in my notes because I write the winner of each week, and I wrote the 2017 champion, and then I wrote Miguel, obviously.
Maybe.
All right. So who wants to go first this week? Miguel, you won last week, so you can defer.
Jeffrey goes first. Come on, dude. It's
all right. This week is the Best Friends edition, polled from your top 10 game lists.
Oh, interesting.
So the first game is Rogue Galaxy for PlayStation 2.
Rogue Galaxy. That was enhanced recently on PS4, right? I think so.
It was like PS4, like
the classic thingy.
Those re-releases. You guys ever buy one of those?
I bought Rogue Galaxy and I never played it. It was on sale for like $5. I just never got to it. I'll get to it. Maybe. Probably not.
84.
Miguel?
Oh, dude, I have no clue. You said 84.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. You're like right in the middle where 83. I'm going one lower.
Point Miguel.
He's such a jagger.
What is it?
83.
Was 83 on the dot?
Yeah, 83 on the dot. All right, Miguel. Next game, Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition for PS4.
Dude, I have no clue.
Divinity Original Sin. Is that a PC game?
Yeah, it's on PS4 now, though.
Oh, is it?
The Enhanced Edition came out on PS4.
This came out this year?
2017, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Pretty sure. It was either late 2016 or 2017. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
I heard it was good, right? I think.
Are you looking it up?
I'm fucking trying to get on the Destiny on the fucking Dragon Ball Z beta shit. I'm like for 30 minutes pressing X.
Give me a score.
Fucking back and forth. 95. I don't know. 95.
95. Jeffrey?
No, but 90.
Got my eyes peeled.
88 point Jeffrey.
Nice.
All right. Next game. One you mentioned before. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. That's Sly 3, right?
I think Thieves in Time is 4. Is it on PS3?
Oh, I don't fucking know that. Well, it's starting. I think I got the wrong Sly. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. That's the one I wrote down.
It's Thieves in Time? Yeah, I think that was the Sanzara one that not that many people liked. Which I'm pretty sure played on Vita as well.
I didn't play. That
was a Cloudberry, right?
Yeah, it was. It was a cross-buy, cross-play.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
72. Yo, was Sly in PS Battle Royale All-Stars? He was, right?
Yeah, he was.
Word.
75.
Wow. 75 on the dot.
Nice. Wow.
Miguel, next game, Disgaea 5, Alliance of Vengeance.
Isn't that game that's kind of coming out?
No. I think they released that on Switch, but I think it's like
on Switch, yeah, but
I think it's an old-ass game.
I don't know, 80.
On the dot?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really? What the fuck?
So Miguel wins this week. Jeffrey, this one's for you, though. The last question, the last game of the week. Portal 2 for PlayStation 3.
Oh, shit. Great question. 89.
90.
95.
Damn, really? I don't know why I said 89. I was thinking maybe it ran poorly, but I played it and ran perfectly. 95, shit. Totally deserving. That was on my top 10.
So Miguel, no surprise, wins another week. Man, can you just stop getting railroaded by Miguel? You need to win a week.
It's a fucking guessing game.
No, but he's like, you literally have won twice out of like 10 weeks.
Word.
All right, this has been the PS Best Friends Podcast, episode 35. For any
study your Metacritic, bro.
concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. We're working on getting a better.
I do gotta say, this one, the last one I did guess, dude, I had no clue. So for me to get it, it's fucking hilarious. I think Jeffrey should go first now from now on.
Join in the chat. Let us know what your top games are, top PlayStation games are, what you're doing on Vita. If you're thinking about buying a Vita, so we can tell you yes. Just come hang out. We've been having some pretty fun discussions lately. So come check us out. That's facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. And Miguel, where can people find you?
And if you're in other groups and you're like, oh, damn, I don't like joining groups on Facebook because Facebook shoots so many of the posts and like clutters my entire timeline. There's not that many posts on PS Best Friends. It's pretty light. So if that's a worry of yours, don't worry about it. We keep it important. It's not flooded with a bunch of spam. You're not going to see a bunch of rage posts and shit.
Yeah, we try to keep all our posts actual PlayStation news, not just like, hey, check out these socks I got.
If you want to post your socks, do it. We don't have any socks, but if we get more than 10 socks posts, you're blocked. You're done.
Miguel's
10 is the limit.
The best.
So you can find me whenever this fucking thing works. Half an hour, dude. Pressing X just to get into the beta, bro. And nothing.
What are you gonna do?
You could invite me or add me. What is it? Add me, right? Or follow? Because they changed it, right?
Who knows? I think you can follow and add.
You can follow me, add me, or just send me an invite at Dark Angel 1010.
Miguel adds random people we play Rainbow Six Siege with. So
yeah, dude, I don't care, dude. I don't give a fuck.
And Jeffrey, where can people find you?
I've been getting a shitload of just random ads. It's so annoying. Mr. Brawl96, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, anything on the internet, and Brawl96 on PSN.
And you can find me on PSN or Xbox or Steam, which I only play weird games on anyways. The only X188. And again, check us out on Twitter as well. Miguel has been tweeting out a lot lately, and we'd like some feedback on what he's been writing. We also posted our
hey, dude. Oh, actually, I can say it on there.
And Jeffrey and I, like last week, we said we would. We posted a funny little rest in peace to all that we lost in 2017's gaming universe. So go check that out. That was a funny little gag video that we did.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Yeah.
Did you see the footage I used for a Final Fantasy character?
Yeah, you used the Dissidia.
No, but I'm just realizing that could be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say what footage.
Yeah, that's like
I used this video footage.
I mean, that video is full of spoilers, dude. So, I mean, if you're going to watch it.
No, it's saying it's Dissidia.
Whatever. Hold on.
We're moving on. Thanks again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends Podcast, episode 35. We will catch you next week.
Peace.
Peace.